Hi, today I will talk about the Internet of Things, cloud computing, computer hardware, and open source. Bill Gates said, "I think personal computers have become the most empowering tool we've ever created. They're tools of communication, they're tools of creativity, and they're user." Bill Gates had a point when he was talking about computers and how far we have come in advancements with computers. But first, to understand computers, we need to understand the Internet of Things. Things is the interconnection of unifiable embedded computing devices within the existing Internet infrastructure. It offers advanced connectivity of devices, systems, and services that goes beyond machine-to-machine communication. It covers a variety of protocols, domains, and applications. There should be nearly 26 devices on the Internet of Things by 2020. That is a ton of devices that make up the Internet of Things. Next, I will talk about computer hardware. To understand computer hardware, we have to understand the history of computers. The first computer ever made started to be developed in 1937. It occupied about 1,080 feet and used about 18,000 vacuum tubes, weighing almost 50 tons. As this picture shows, in 1949, it made its first calculation on May 6th. They nicknamed this computer Baby. Here's another picture of the computer. The first PC, which stands for Personal Computer, 1981 by IBM, and its name was Acorn. Now computers have taken the history. For example, the MacBook Air weighs 2.38 pounds and can do anything that a regular personal computer can do. Hard drives are what are able to process data, but throughout history we have come to find that hard drives are very unreliable because data on the physical device and can be lost if that physical device or gets wet or lost or even. So now people have learned that from history and now are starting to store, manage, and process what is now called cloud computing. Cloud computing is the practice of using a network of remote servers hosted on the internet to store, manage, and process data, rather than on a local server or a personal computer. The advantages are that you can't lose data because the data is in a cloud in the internet that you can access from any computer anywhere in the world. This cloud never goes away, it's not a physical device. An example to better understand cloud computing is if you go on a family vacation and take lots of pictures, and you want to save these pictures for the rest of your life. Instead of saving them on a physical hard drive, you can save them a Google Plus profile. A Google Plus profile holds all pictures and photos on your profile. Access it with a username and password. iCloud is another example of cloud computing. iCloud makes sure your Mac and iOS devices are always up to date and lets you easily share photos, purchases, and family. iCloud is an invisible substitute for hardware. It's also much faster and more reliable. Last, I will talk to you about open source. Open source as a development model promotes a universal access via a free license to a product's design or blueprint, and distribution of that design or blueprint, including subsequent improvements to it by anyone. Today we talked about the Internet of Things and how it has been advancing throughout history and how by 2020, 26 billion devices will be on the Internet of Things. We talked about cloud hardware and how throughout history computers have advanced much more, but then we also talked about cloud computing and how that is the next advancement for storing, processing, and managing, opposed to storing, processing, managing data on a hardware device. And then we talked about open source, which is just a development model that promotes a universal access with a free license, and anyone can improve it. Thank you.